Earlier today, I was reading the tragic story of a woman who forsook the faith. She left the Southern Baptist Church after 60 years because they would not stand for the equality of women. They would not stand for the equality of the political ideals that she believed in. And so she forsook the faith. And she ranted against the evils of all religion, not just Christian religion, in her article. I was reading the tragic story of this woman who left her faith for her political ideals. What a tragedy. What a shame. To give up on the glories of heaven, to give up on the riches of eternal life with Jesus Christ after spending 60 years in the faith for something as petty as a political ideology. Don't get me wrong, the value of women in the world is important, but to leave the church, to leave Christianity, to forsake the true faith of relationship with Jesus Christ, to have a political statement that'll be forgotten shortly after people maybe liked the article, maybe shared it on Facebook, maybe they talked about it a little at lunch. But to spend an eternity in hell, to say that they're going to take a stand for a political point, it's really a very foolish, a very stupid thing to do. Because of equality, because of people's political ideologies, a lot of people have given up on the faith. I've lost track of how many times that I've heard people say that they will not accept Jesus Christ until we Christians change the Bible and make it so that homosexuality is no longer a sin. I've lost track how many times that I've listened to people say that they've turned their back on the faith because of their political ideologies. And it never ceases to make me feel how sad it is, how really pathetic it is that somebody would turn their back on God because of a silly little thing like a political ideology. In the book of the Hebrews, it says that it would have been better to have never known Christ than after having known him to turn our backs on him and to forsake him. For if those who forsook the testimony of Moses died on the testimony of 2 witnesses, how much greater will be the punishment for those who forsake the Son of God? It would be better for a person to have never known Jesus than to apostatize and leave the faith. And how stupid, how foolish, how pathetic it is for someone to leave the faith because of a political ideology, which nobody will care about in a trillion years when we are all in either heaven or hell. 1 trillion years from now, the apostates will still be suffering for their grievous sin of turning their back on Christ because of a political doctrine. And yet we who stay faithful to Christ, irrespective of what we don't understand, but because of our faith, we will be rewarded with Christ in heaven forever when we are willing to stand with Jesus, no matter what the cost, no matter what the consequence.